Bridgeman! Standard thing of fucking asking you all what you do and who your names are, because I basically know for 90% of you. Which is a little bit embarrassing. Also, I want to say my brother is here. My brother is seeing me perform for the first time. So I can't imagine what's going through his head is, let's hope he's not shit. But really, kind of his perception of me as a performer is almost as much down to how you react as to what I do. So that's starting with you people. I absolve myself of any responsibility for how this comes across. Also, my brother is going to be a dad for the first time in about a week and a half, 2 weeks. But more importantly, what that means is from then on, I will be known as Uncle Ben. Like the rice guy. Or the old one who always dies at the beginning of the Spider-Man movies. Two associations that I'm not particularly pleased with. I also, so I think what we're going to do is, I've got a nickname as well, but my nickname is Wendell. So I'm going to be Weird Uncle Wendell. which is cute, I think, at this age, but when I'm old, it's going to be strange. So yeah, well, thank you everyone for coming. That's great. You know, when you have like a full length, like a full body photo of you taken from a distance, and you're like, I look pretty good there. And then you zoom in on just the face, you're like, fuck, why do I look like a murderer again? Why can't I smile properly? I was at a gig 2 weeks ago, and the promoter had taken a Facebook photo and just blown up my face. It was just this bright red face with a grimace across it. The kind of look you can only properly get by blowing cocaine up somebody's arse. Which I swear I've never done during Lent. This photo though, if you zoomed out with the photo, what you'd see that I'm sitting next to a well-known Buddhist monk. So what my red face shows you is that I'm the kind of weirdo who gets starstruck and becomes a fangirl around monks. This monk, his name was Matcha Rika. Actually, no, I'm going to go back because I missed out a bit. This guy, but it's ridiculous getting starstruck around monks. Like even this monk would tell me, he would say, "There's no point getting starstruck because fame is only an illusion. It's created by the mind and has no basis in reality." And I'm like, "Yeah, shut up! I'm trying to take a selfie." He was this French Buddhist monk who was. You should check out his TED talk. He was voted the happiest man alive, and I asked him. I said, like, how can I be as happy as you? And you know what he didn't say? He didn't say try and do stand-up comedy. We all know that's more likely to lead to depression, alcoholism, and suicide. First two, got some personal experience with. Third one, it's in the back pocket. That's not true, loads of people. I did this other gig a couple of weeks ago at a venue that was called the Old Dairy, and it was great because that's what me and my brothers used to call our mum. But not, as you might be thinking, as a term of endearment, more ironically and passive aggressively to let her know how angry we were that she didn't breastfeed us. My therapist actually suggested that the reason why I have a tendency to develop crushes on the baristas who make my lattes is because I wasn't breastfed. Which this shows you that therapy is ridiculous. Or I'm a little bit more damaged than I thought I was. But But like the really sad thing about it is realizing that when I'm standing there developing a crush on a barista, what I'm really saying inside is, "Mummy, I'm hungry for love." There was this one particular barista. It was ridiculous. She was this Sicilian sort of girl who was always in a mood. She was just always looked pissed off. She was sulky and sullen, and what it shows me is that I clearly find it a massive turn on being looked at with contempt. Thanks again, Mum. It's true, like it's ridiculous, the kind of girls that I find myself attracted to. Like, I have two hypothetical women, one here, just a sweet, loving, kind-looking, normal, compassionate girl, and then here, borderline anorexic, cokehead, psychopath, who just looks in a vicious mood the whole time. And I'd be like, "You look like a good idea." I find myself pretty attracted to the fact that you probably don't have a father. All that is, people, if you make that decision, is a slightly elaborate and fairly sexy form of self-harm. When I went to Edinburgh a month ago, and I saw this American comedian who had a tattoo on his chest, and he asked, I was in the audience, and he said, "Does anyone else have any stupid tattoos?" And I'm like, "Yes! I've got my sobriety date." He's like, "That's not stupid, that's clearly very meaningful." I got the date wrong. Which is true. I got the wrong Roman numeral. There you go. I put 9, thinking October was the 9th month. In fact, it's the 10th. Which is ridiculous, because if 9/11 taught us anything, it's that September is the 9th month. There you go. Oh. Some days it gets a big laugh, other days people are like, "Don't joke about that, dude." There you go. I think it's because it was a couple of weeks ago. I think it's sort of, that comes back around. In a week or two it'll be fine again. You would have forgotten about the actual human misery of that day. It can be fodder for a joke. So I got sober. I got sober like 8 years ago, and funnily enough, around this area, around Seven Dials, I've done 3 things. I've been to AA meetings around here. I've done Kundalini yoga, and now stand-up comedy. Like, separately, kind of odd things for a person to do. Taken together, they speak of a mentally and emotionally damaged young man. With sort of yoga, I have a love-hate relationship with yoga. I love the practice of yoga. I just hate the people that do yoga. Apologies to the 2 yoga teachers in the audience. But like, it's not unusual for people who get sober in 12-step recovery to either train as a yoga teacher or do stand-up. And I guess it's because, with both, you can kind of say, "Yeah, I'm pretty alternative. I free spirit, speak my truth, fuck the man." But scratch just under the surface, both massive egomaniacs. Which is therefore why I think it's amazing that the one standing up with a microphone invariably talking about themselves can still come across as less of a smug cunt than the one sitting on a mat. I feel really bad now about the fucking people in here. But it's true. Like, I know. I do know a few other people, not you good people in here, who have trained to become yoga teachers. And I just want to take the students aside and explain to them. I said, this new guru of yours giving life advice? Fucking a year ago, they were stealing money for crack from their grandmother. And then you see them like posting these photos on Instagram, sort of with their students staring adoringly at them. # feeling blessed. Hashtag love my students. More like hashtag which broken woman are you gonna fuck first? And then I'd sit in class and say things to their students like, don't let anybody tell you you're not perfect. You're all beautiful, divine beings. Tell them the truth, they're shitty humans. Shitty human things probably every day. That's fine, because that's what being human is. And you're a guy called Jeff wearing a turban. Shh. But what I'm saying, I'm not saying that people can't change and sort of get better. I think that people can slowly, in the way that you might observe. It appears this year I've been marginally less of a cunt than last year. But if you pay £2,000 for a week-long course that leaves you with a loose grasp on some overly simplified spiritual concepts and slightly bendier limbs, you're not a better person. You're a cross-legged twat. Hashtag namaste. Bitches. There you go. How long have I got on for there? I think that's it. I think I'm going to leave it on that. You guys have been great. Thank you. Olympic flame. Olympic flame to each. Put it together.